Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another edition of Bang's Audio Reviews. Today, we are going to talk about RD. In particular, the RD T10, which is a 14.2 planar magnetic single driver. This is not the way I thought this day was going to go at all. Me and Artie we're going to do some chores together. And I was going to do a kind of cute review, referring to like a movie franchise and now, show franchise that has something to do with distant galaxies and wars going on among the stars and things like that, because honestly, like I unboxed these already, so I'll link that in the description if you want to see the unboxing. These would have looked right at home in that franchise as some sort of comm. Like if I'd seen it in somebody's ear, I would have been like, oh yeah, that fits, that makes sense. So yeah, it was going to be like, okay, these are fun, they're relatively inexpensive, and they do things all right, and that's kind of the gist of what I was going to do. As I was doing my cleaning, my wife's been out of town for a couple of weeks, actually really far out of town, like other side of the world out of town from where I am. And rather than wait until the absolute last minute to make things nice, I've been working on it, here and there, trying to keep the place up, and today was, time to vacuum and do some more laundry and, just sort of straighten up and stuff like that. And I decided to bring the Artie along with me, because when I put them in the first time, they were very comfortable. It's not a large shell. It is a plasticky kind of feel. It does not feel like 3D printed resin. It's a matte finish. It does have this nice sort of aluminum, faceplate on it, which is, it's cool. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, so it was just going to be kind of a coming along for the ride. Long about the time I was finishing up vacuuming the second floor, I had started to realize that there was something more to these than I was expecting. There's a lot more to these than I was expecting. I was impressed because the cable that came with it, I'm so used to getting subpar cables with nice IEMs, that I have like a stable of like 9 triple win zonies and some Falal and some TRN, and I've got a bunch of replacement cables. They're all pretty much in use at this point, so I have a bunch of subpar cables in this drawer over here that won't probably see the light of day anytime soon. That was not the case with the RD T10. It's a very let Shuri kind of cable, if you will. Like, it reminds me a lot of the Let Shure cables. It's really nice. You can just feel it's quality. It's a 4-wire to a 2-wire, braided, silver and gray. The terminations are lightweight aluminum, machined very nicely. This, the sense got the Artie logo on it. Good, solid, what do you call it? Stress relief, like wear relief on the end there, and a 4.4. I guess that's gold plated. It's just a really nice cable. Just a really nice cable. And definitely was a surprise, and a pleasant one at that. Now, when you handle these for the first time, these are Sedna X-Elastics, Sedna ear fit X-Elastics on the tips. The tips that come with it, again, totally fine. I went for like I usually do, to try to get as neutral a sound as possible, the normal bore silicone tips. and honestly, they're great. You don't need the sudden fit elastics. It's just that once these things got hold of me and I started to realize how special they were, I decided to start tip rolling. So I landed on the sudden fits after going through a bunch of stuff. You don't need them. It's not a requirement. Neither is a cable swap, because you can get it in 3.5 or 4.4 and the cable's really nice. And the case is definitely nice enough. I mean, these retail for $70. I would not expect anything more. In fact, a lot of times you get less. You get the puck or whatever. It's a nice case, and it's somewhat protective, and it is pocketable, and all of that good stuff there. Before we get into anything insofar as tonality and sound quality and signature and frequency response and what it does really well and all of that kind of stuff, I'll go through the specs in English. Actually, I have my glasses on right now so I can see this. Alright, so we are looking at, like I said, it is a 14.2 millimeter dual magnetic planar diaphragm driver with an impedance of 16.5 ohms at frequency response of 20 hertz to 40 kilohertz. For most of us normal human beings, that's 20 to 20 range and functionality. 4 strands, 216 core cable. Yeah, it's really nice. And the sensitivity is on the lower side. That is compared to what I've been listening to recently and reviewing at 96 decibels. So it does take a little more oomph to get this going. I used, medium and high gain settings with no issue. It gets loud enough on medium gain. If you don't have a gain setting to mess with, then that's fine too. Just turn it up. Honestly, they can handle it. I pushed them because I just wanted to find something to bring me back down to earth. So I figured, let's push them to the point where they distort, and I couldn't. So, yeah. I mean, my eardrums were starting to bleed before these things were going to distort in any way, shape, or form. That's what you get. Those are the specs. Perfectly acceptable for the price point. I would say the cable is way better than expected for the price point. So that's a plus. Definitely a plus right there. I don't know, like I said at the beginning, this is not the way I really thought this day was going to go. I thought this was going to be a simple 5 to 7 minute, yeah, these are good, yeah, these are a good value, yeah, you should probably buy them, because it's an intro to planar magnetic earphones, which I think everybody should experience. And if you can get into it without spending an arm and a leg, that's a good thing, because you can spend an arm and a leg. But that's not even close to half of the story about these. I can't believe it. They feel kind of cheap, Like it's like obviously been pieced together rather than machined or 3D printed. It just, somebody put this together with like glue and like little rods and stuff. Okay. I have no problem with that. That's fine. For a $70 IEM, that is more than fine. But we found a secret door, guys. We found, and girls and everyone in between. We found a door to a different dimension. And that is where you can find an IEM that's a single planar driver that sounds absolutely and totally and completely and thoroughly complete and amazing. And I was like, should I say this? I've been saying really positive things about the IMs I've been reviewing lately. Is anybody actually going to believe me? Am I the boy who cried wolf? Do I not have any real sense of what's good or not? No, I have enough sense of what's good or not. And if these had sucked, even for the price, if they'd underperformed, then you would have gotten 1 minute. You would have gotten a short review like I did for the Tin Hi-Fi C3 a few months ago. But they went the opposite way. They went to the absolutely blew me away in just about every possible way that I can be blown away. From bass to mids to treble to extension to micro details to clarity to clean to magic. I didn't want to stop listening to them. We went through it all. We did. I just went alphabetical. I did Radiohead, All I Need. There are things in that song that I'd never heard before that the RD T10 presented. Let's see if I can get up here a little bit closer for you. Skipped Angel of Death. Did Bleed by Meshuggah. These presented that song better than the freaking Nova. Went to Blue Train. Again, in that jazz club with the guys playing live. Only this time, it sounded like it was being played live, but mastered perfectly at the same time. Broken Cog, Meshuggah. Yeesh. Vibrating bass. Extremely well controlled. Didn't overtake anything else. Diamonds. The kick drum. The vocals. The little stuff going on in the background. Those little nuanced tracks that were laid in there were all of a sudden very apparent. I didn't hear those before. There they were. Melody Gardot sounded like she was sitting in my lap, singing If You Love Me. Hi, Melody. It was nice to meet you. Lights Out, Royal Blood, was dynamic and just oozing energy. Lydia, Highly Suspect. His voice. Damn. Wow. Doja Cat, Paint the Town. Alive, vibrating like craziness. Just her attitude comes through and just smacks you right across the face. Try by Pink. Almost made me cry. Just about did. Skipped Umbrella. This was after, these tracks were all after I listened to Emperor of Sand by Mastodon in its entirety. And that was where I started to realize what I was dealing with as I was vacuuming. Immediately started Fear Inoculum by Tool, and that's when I put a hold on the vacuuming and a hold on everything else and said, I've got to pay freaking attention to these. There's something about them that is crazy, crazy good. I don't want to sound completely untethered here, guys. And I'm probably going to contradict what I've said in the past about other IEMs that I own and have reviewed. And as good as the Ulim is by Continuum, and as good as the Chopin is, and as good as the Quintet is, and as good as the NX7 Mark IV from Nice HCK is, there is a new king in the Bangs household, and it's the freaking RD T10 planar magnetic driver IEM. There, I said it. I put the S12 Pros in to see if I was as crazy as I felt like I was. After listening to these, I was like, it can't be that good. They crushed the S12 Pro. The S12 Pro may only have one advantage over these, and that is a slight bit more treble extension and air. And I might just actually want that to be true, and it may not actually be true because they have extension and air. They have no sibilance. Zero. They are clean. They are polished. They have finesse. These are the things I was talking about in my last review with the Truth Air Nova. Just missing that. Just missing. Just missing. These didn't. They didn't miss. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it. And I've said it before. I've said it about the Ulim. I don't know how they did that either, to be fair. I kind of know how the Truth Ear did it because it's a DD and 4 BAs. If that's tuned right, that's going to sound pretty darn good, and it does. And it still gets a top recommend from me. But these get my absolute number one recommendation of anything that I've tried to this point in the IEM world. I can't. There is nothing that these are lacking. Absolutely nothing. And like I said, I didn't expect the day to go like this. I didn't expect to stop cleaning and sit down in my chair and listen to music for 3 solid hours, looking for anything that I could to criticize. Anything that I could to go, oh, well, they're not really good at that. I found nothing. I found nothing. They're perfectly tuned IEM. There, I said it. They are. They're perfect. If you're a bass head, you will love them. If you're an airhead, you will love them. If you're a midhead, you will love them. There is nothing wrong with any aspect of these IEMs, period. Hi-Fi Go and Linsol, what are you guys doing? Why are these not on your site for purchase? They're on AliExpress. Let's see if I can get the screen in here. So here we go. Orders, RD official store on AliExpress. This total $49.80 was after a sale price and use of some of my coins, which I wish I could use more often, but you know, they set limits. The total with tax for me in New York State, in the United States, which is an 8% sales tax rate, after all of that, $50.74. This is definitely the best $50.74 that has ever left my bank account for any reason ever. I've never spent $50 more effectively and for a more rewarding experience. I'm talking about anything. You know, maybe outside of a toy for my son that made him like go over the moon, and you know, like that's different. Okay, that's different. That's different. I'm not including that. That does not count. That's different. If you're a parent, you understand that. For my own personal use, I have never spent a better $50. If these were $70 like they normally are, I would be saying the same thing. If these were $200, I would be saying the same thing. If I had $500 to spend and I'd spent $500 on these, I would be happy. I don't know how else to say this. And I've said it before. I said it about the Ulim. Fine. Yes, the Ulim way over delivered for their price point. These are absolutely stunning in how good they are for their price. I mean, they will floor you. They will floor you. I'm still like on cloud 9. I'm still not down from the high that I got off of these. As if you can tell, maybe you couldn't before. I hope you can now. 100% highly recommended. Buy them immediately. I don't care. Drop what you're doing. Go to the description. I'm going to link them to Amazon and AliExpress. Just get them. Okay, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. And there are certain things that you can go, okay, yeah, well, he's on crack, or, okay, maybe that's not my style of IEM. These are everyone's style of IEM. They're everyone's style of IEM for $70 with a nice cable and a nice case and nice ear tips. I could walk away from the hobby with just these. Ugh. I can't do that. But if I had to, if somebody literally was holding a gun to my head right now and said, pick the IMs that you're going to keep, the other 40 that you've got are gone. You can only keep one. These are the set. They were the Kato. Really, they were the Chopin. They were the Kato. They were the Chopin. They're the RD T10s now. This is my walkaway IEM. That's it. Okay. Now, did I do a little cheating? Yeah, absolutely. Did I hook them up to the Q3 from Fiio? Yes, I did. Absolutely. Did they make the experience even more remarkable? Absolutely. Would I recommend spending around $100? I think you can get them for about 90 on AliExpress. I'll link the Q3 too. These together, no words. No words. These on their own, almost no words. So, I gush. I gush and gush and gush. I don't care. I got nothing to lose. I've got no affiliates. I've got no sponsors. Nobody's sending me stuff for free. Nobody's paying me to do these reviews. You're getting as pure of an opinion as you're going to get. Maybe not as informed of an opinion or experienced of an opinion as you're going to get, but you're getting a pure one. This is a pure response to how good these are. And you can take it or leave it, but I'm suggesting you take it. So I'm done. I'm not going to do another review for a while. These have broken me. I don't know where to go from here. I'm going to have to just take a step back, go back and listen through all of my IEMs, see if there's something I missed, see if there's something I'm overblowing. I don't know where to go except do that. I'm going to go back and start from the beginning. I'm going to go back to the S12 Pro where I started my journey and move on to the D13 and just go through in order and say, are these as good as I really believe they are? I believe they are. That's all I got. Links will be in the description, unaffiliated links for the RD T10 on Amazon and the RD official store on AliExpress. I will link the Q3 as well. That's all you need. And you really only just need the RD, but if you want to get the Q3, that's a hell of a value because it's a THX DAC amp portable, and it does hold its own charge. Has a battery. If you bought those two things, you wouldn't need to buy anything else ever again for any reason. Ever. That wouldn't be much fun, but you could. Alright, party people. Love y'all. Hope you're well. Go get some. Enjoy your life. Music is such a huge part of life, and I hope I'm helping to make your enjoyment better. That's all I can do. And for now, nothing but peace to you. See ya.